Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Plus and compare it against the iPad Air 6, aka the M2, aka the newest iPad, the M2 iPad Air, and see which particular device is the better one for you. Now, the thing I would definitely tell you between both of these tablets is that they're both very good. You generally can't go super wrong with either one of these in my personal opinion. Like, they're both very, very good tablets. If you are wanting the one that is better, you'll have to wait till the end of this video, but if you want to pick up any of these tablets at any point throughout this whole entire video, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there. You can help support the channel at the exact same time. So, starting off with the outside of both these particular tablets, on the front side of the iPad Air, this iPad does come out in two different sizes. So you have a little bit of configuration to go on from, either the 11-inch model or the 13-inch model. So you have a couple of different sizes to choose from. This is a liquid retina IPS LCD panel. It definitely is not the brightest panel of all time, and it does look pretty good. You know, it has thicker bezels around it. So like I said before, it's definitely not the best looking thing of all time, but I think it definitely gets the job done for the most part. On the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Plus, this tablet is giving you a big sized 12.4-inch dynamic AMOLED display. So this type of tablet, is giving you a pretty good sized panel when it comes down to it. And I do think that's a really nice thing going on for this type of tablet, that you're able to go ahead and basically pick it up and have a really good sized display. Now, it gets basically fairly bright for the most part, but also it gives you a 120 Hz display. So it's an AMOLED display and it's 120 Hz. That right there is, I think, a very big asset for this type of tablet. If you're going to go through and pick up a tablet like this, it is a very nice type of thing to have. And personally for me, I like having that. So if I'm going to go through pick up a tablet, this is definitely by far a better, looking display than the iPad Air, 6 for the most part. Now, on top of that, some other big things to keep in mind here too. When you're looking at both, they both have USB Type-C ports on the bottom, which always is really, really nice to have. You're also maintaining things like a very good build quality on both, flat sides on both as well. Now, one thing and one advantage I would say that the iPad Air, kind of has in some cases, is that it does kind of feel like a better performing tablet in some ways from a build quality perspective. But I would also say the big advantage I would say that something like the S10 Plus has is that it does give you an S Pen and stylus right within the box. Whereas on the iPad Air, you have to buy it separately. So that right there can be kind of an annoying thing for some people. Like having to go through and pick up your tablet, S Pen and stylus separately can be kind of an annoying thing. Like I said before, it's not the biggest annoyance in the world, but that is just one thing that may be kind of an annoyance for some people. Beyond that though, both are still giving you really good build quality, very good experience on both, which again is a very nice thing to have. So that is something really nice if you're going to go through and pick up both. They're both giving you really good build, dual camera setup on the S10 Plus, single camera setup on the iPad Air. And beyond that, like I said before, there's definitely a lot of overlap here. That's one thing I like about both these tablets, is that they both are giving you really good type of experiences. I would definitely say though, when it comes down to which one feels like more of the flagship one, it's kind of hard to tell. I think both are giving you pretty good flagship experiences, but I would say the S10 Plus is giving you probably the overall better one when it comes down to it on the exterior. Now, when it comes down to the price tag, right now both these tablets are, roughly around the same price depending on which size you get of each model because they are in different sizes. I think a big thing you're going to have to keep in mind here between both is that with something like the, iPad Air, that one has been out for a longer period of time than the Tab S10. So that might be one thing you're going to have to keep in mind there. But I would probably say also when it comes down to it, it's not the biggest price difference of all time. And if you want either one, you could probably get a really good experience between both when it comes down to it from there too. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there. Now from the camera side, like I said before, the iPad Air is basically giving you a really good, camera. It's giving you a single 12 megapixel sensor on the back, whereas on the Galaxy Tab S10 Plus, this phone or this tablet is giving you a dual camera setup, a 13 megapixel wide and then an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera. Now here's the thing, both are also giving you 12 megapixel ultra wide cameras on the front. I would probably say though there's a very weird thing going on here. So for one, on the Tab S10 Plus, this tablet is giving you 4K at 30 on the front and the back, which is great, and for a lot of people that might be totally okay. With the iPad Air 6, this one is giving you 4K at 60 on the front, or 4K 60 on the back, but only 1080p at 60 on the front side. That is kind of a disadvantage, I would say, for some people. If you're going to go through and pick up a tablet, having 4K on the front and the back might be a good advantage, but you're not getting 4K at 60 on the Tab S10 Plus, which is kind of the disadvantage there. So when it kind of comes down to it, from that perspective, you could kind of look at it whichever way you want to. But personally for me, if I'm going to go through and pick up a tablet, I kind of don't know which one is the better one here. Like I said, they both have their pros and cons, but I would probably say with the Tab S10 Plus, at least giving us that type of capability of having a little bit of a better camera, especially with that 4K option, I think is a nicer, camera like on the S10 Plus, but I think the iPad Air camera is also very, very good as well. So genuinely from that side, I don't think you can really go wrong from that perspective either. So take that as you will, but that's kind of how I see the cameras holding up from that side. Now on top of that, when it comes down to the software longevity, both of these tablets are going to be lasting for a very long amount of time. Neither one of these tablets are going to be gone like tomorrow. So that is a very big thing. And both of these tablets are going to be giving you software updates for a long period of time. So that is a very cool thing. Before, many years ago, Samsung, wouldn't, keep their phones lasting that long in terms of software. So that was a big disadvantage. That has completely changed now. I think the reputation is slowly changing as well. So that is a really big thing to keep in mind there too. So when it comes down to the software side, both are giving you software updates for a long period of time. Battery life wise, the iPad Air 6 is giving you a 7,606 mAh battery, where the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Plus is giving you a 10,090 mAh battery. So that side in and of itself as well, it could be another big advantage for something like the Tab, S10 Plus, for giving you that much bigger size of a battery. And I do think, once again, if you're going to go through and pick up a tablet, that is a really, really good size battery to have inside of a device without a doubt. So from the performance side, the iPad Air 6 is giving you that M2 chipset, which is like a desktop level chipset inside of it with 8GB of RAM, where the Tab S10 Plus is giving you that MediaTek Dimensity 9300 Plus chipset with 12GB of RAM. And for my personal opinion, as you could probably imagine, a tablet like the Galaxy Tab S10 Plus's performance is still going to feel very, very good and feel very fast. You have to remember, with a tablet like that, you're getting a device that's going to be performing at very high levels for a long duration of time. And that is something that is really nice and really respectable about a device like that, because it's going to be a fast tablet. It's going to be very good. With the iPad Air 6, the advantage of that is that it is a desktop level chipset. And that is actually something that I like a lot about that type of tablet. It's just a desktop level device. So you can easily go ahead, use that thing for as long as you want to. And it is a very fast tablet as well. So I definitely will tell you from that side as well, if you're going to go through and pick up a tablet, that's a very solid option when it kind of comes down to it. So overall, to kind of sum up this whole entire video, what I'll definitely tell you is that without a doubt, in my personal opinion, you can't really go wrong with either one of these, right? I feel like both of these tablets are very good options. I would probably say that if I was in the market and if I was to, basically get one of these types of devices, I'm not really too sure which one I would say is the best one here of all time. I feel like both of these, like I said before, are giving you very good options here. But if you do have the option and ability, I would probably say a Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Plus might be the better one for some people, just because that is a way better device, in some ways. So I do think that's a really cool thing, because it just is a more of a flagship, and you're getting the S Pen already built inside of the box. With something like the iPad Air, if you want to buy this thing, I think it's a very good option too. I would especially recommend buying it in the used market. But I still think if you're going to go through pick up a device, I think the Tab S10 Plus is the better one, but the iPad Air is also a very good tablet too. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.